Hello, my name's Bekенова Хуриниса. I'm an English teacher of the professional college named after Anvar Ismailov. The subject is practical grammar, the theme, the past continuous tense. I want to show you how to form and when to use past continuous. Before we get started, I think it's good to know how to conjugate past form of the verb to be. The verb to be has two forms in the past, was and were. We use was in singular with I, he, she, it. Were is used in plural with we, you, they. We use past continuous with the actions or tasks which were ongoing, which were on the progress in the past, and we can't determine when the action started or finished. It has three forms: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Affirmative: subject was, were, main verb ing. For example, he was traveling to Venice. In negative form, subject was, were, plus not, main verb ing. He wasn't traveling to Venice. And in question, was, were, subject, main verb plus ing. In the question form, we put was, were before subject. Example, was he traveling to Venice? And here we have some examples of positive, negative, and question sentences. You were watching television last night. They were studying math yesterday. I was washing the dishes when the phone rang. As she was reading the book, Alice came. It was raining yesterday evening. These are positive sentences. Negative form. You were not watching television last night. They were not studying math yesterday. I wasn't washing the dishes when the phone rang. As she wasn't reading the book, Alice came. It wasn't raining yesterday evening. These are negative sentences. And in question form, were you watching television last night? Were they studying math yesterday? Was I washing the dishes when the phone rang? Was she reading the book when they came? Was it raining yesterday evening? These are examples. And here we have some spelling rules in adding ing. When we add ing to the verbs which ends with e, the last letter e is dropped. For example, drive, driving, care, caring, joke, joking, like, liking, smile, smiling. The next rule: if the verb is one syllable with one vowel or one consonant, with the exception of W, X, Y, when we add ing, our consonant is doubled. Jog, jogging, sit, sitting, run, running, stop, stopping. If the verb ends with ie, when we add ing, it's changed into y. Die, dying, tie, tying, lie, lying. When we add ing to the verbs, we should always remember these rules. When we use past continuous, we use past continuous with interrupted actions in the past, theories of parallel actions, specific time as an interruption, parallel actions, arrangements in the past. For example, when I arrived, Lisa was reading newspaper. Here, this action is interrupted by this one. Here we have not one, but series, some parallel actions. The bell was ringing, students were running, teachers were going. In these sentences, that we use specific time. When we use time, we always use preposition at. Last night at 11 o'clock, I was sleeping. Parallel action. My family was eating the dinner while I was working. In these sentences, two actions were at the same time. And last one, arrangement in the past. I was upset because I was leaving this place that morning. It's action which she was going to. These are ways of using past continuous. And here we have conjunction when and while. We use conjunction when with a short action, while with a long action. For example, I was watching TV when Jim knocked the door. This one is short action. And we use conjunction between two clauses. If we use conjunction when at the beginning of the sentence, between two clauses, we put comma. In these sentences, Jim knocked the door while I was watching TV. I was watching TV is a long action. That's why we use while before it. And while is used between two clauses. If we use while at the beginning of the last sentence, we put comma between them. These are rules of forming and using past continuous. And now we will practice. This is exercise. In this exercise, you should put these verbs in brackets in a right past continuous form. The first sentence, while our mother cooked in the kitchen, we walk in the garden. And how do you think how we should change the verb into past continuous? Of course, if we use while, it means parallel action. While our mother was cooking in the kitchen, we were working in the garden. These two actions were in the progress at the same time. Second is the question. We use were plus ing. What were you doing last night when I called? And third sentence. The teacher entered the room as the students were laughing. Next exercise. Yesterday at 9 o'clock, these people were right in the middle of doing something. You should write what was they doing at 9 o'clock. You should use the verbs in brackets and complete these sentences in past progressive. Next task is a question form. Here we will practice question form of past progressive. What do you yesterday at 6? With a specific time. We should make question form of this sentence. How we will change it? Yeah, of course. The question form is formed like this. What were you doing yesterday at 6? These sentences you will do yourself. And next task is working with pictures. Here we have 6 pictures. Using these pictures and times, you should make these men's morning routine. For example, in the first picture, we see the time was 7. And how do you think? What was this man doing at 7 o'clock? Yeah, of course, he was waking up. And other pictures, you should describe yourself and complete morning routine. I hope you have learned how to form and when to use past continuous. Thanks for your attention and see you next time. Goodbye.